Well, hello everybody and happy Friday. Welcome to Friday Night Flights. I am Lazerbolt, your host for the evening and the flight lead, and tonight we're going to have a good old time flying around Europe. We are taking off out of Oslo, the airport here in Oslo, Norway. Should be a good time. We're going to be flying around Sweden. We're going to take a couple stops and we're going to end up in Stockholm, Sweden. So that should be a good time. We're going to be taking off here in just a couple minutes. So sit back, relax, grab a drink and a snack, and yeah, just relax and have a good time on a Friday night with us. And yeah, tonight we're joined by Wingnut Bob and Longhorn Ram. How you guys doing tonight?
Doing good.
Good to go.
Forgot how long this runway was.
Yeah, it's a big one. Yeah. Oh yeah, now that Longhorn's closer, I can really hear those engines. That is a loud bird from the outside. It's weird, I can barely hear my own,
Yes.
but I can hear his.
Yeah, those engines are loud.
Yeah, we got a nice early morning departure out of here from Oslo, Norway. Flying that 408 Sky Courier tonight, as is Longhorn Ram. It's a nice little bird. It's pretty modern on the inside. It's got everything you need. It flies nice and smooth. Bob likes to call it a Cadillac, and I agree. It's a pretty nice airplane. See, our buddy Bob is in a 404. Slightly smaller, but it actually probably has better performance than the one we're in. And that's a nice bird, too. I see it's called a Titan. I never realized that. 404 Titan. Cool.
Yep, I can go 200 knots.
Right on. Yeah, you could probably outrun us if you had to. This thing pushes, I don't know, maybe, I'm not sure. I've gone full tilt on it, but I bet you can go 180 if you wanted. It's a little faster than that Twin Baron, which is good. That Twin Baron, I think they borked it a little bit. It's not as fast as it used to be.
Yeah, I know it says like 176 or 175, something like that, but I can only get about a 153 or 4 out of it.
Yeah, last week I was having a hell of a time keeping up. So, yeah. It certainly goes much slower than it claims it does. All right, guys,
Good plane,
30
though.
seconds.
It's fun to fly.
It is. It's one of my favorite. It's great for sightseeing. But I like this one too, the 408 Sky Courier. It's a great plane. We're going to be taking off in about maybe 15 seconds here. I think 6,000 feet should do it, no problem. We're going to take a left-hand turn out of here, and we'll be on our way to our first destination. So let's try to maintain 6,000 feet at 160 knots, 160 knots. Gentlemen, it is 10 after the hour. Let's go ahead and get these birds in the air. Lazerbolt is rolling. It's an absolutely massive airport.
Stall.
Holy moly. My airplane just wants to go straight up in the air. What's going on here? As soon as that front wheel lifted up, I just went almost over backwards.
Stall.
This is very unusual. Huh. I wonder if I was trimmed out weird or something. That was very bizarre. Hope don't keep doing that. Well, okay. Time to turn left. Yeah, that was pretty weird. I'm wondering about if I was trimmed strangely, which I don't know why I would have been, but that's what it seemed like. I was trimmed max up.
That's what it looked like when you took off.
Yeah, as soon as that front wheel tipped up, it just wanted to go over backwards. Weird. Glad I was paying attention. Had my hand on the stick. So, how was everybody's week? Mine was just fine. Way too short, like usual, but it was fine.
It wasn't bad. Still wish I was on vacation though.
I hear you there.
Yeah, I just dropped about $78 for an oil change and a filter change. Getting ready to go to West Virginia in a couple of weeks.
Well, there you go. Make sure your car's in good shape for that. Yeah, what are you doing there? Hopefully it's for a nice fun trip.
Yeah, I got family in West Virginia, so time to go up and just do a visit. That's all.
There you go.
I think a couple of weeks from now, on Saturday morning, I think I'll leave. So following Friday, I'll probably miss you. I'll be still up there.
All right, well, we will certainly miss you in the air, but yeah, if you're having a good old time, that's what it's all about. So I sure do like the simplicity of this airplane, how it just, you tell it to lock onto the line, and it does. There's not like 4 different steps involved. Yeah, I'm kind of planning on doing a little camping next weekend too. I'm not going too awful far from home, just to the next town over. They've got a nice little campsites right there on the river. It's a pretty nice place. I go there all the time. But yeah, I'm probably going to spend Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday there.
Oh, good.
Well, it's
Yeah,
like
I'll be
summer's
going in
almost
a
over, and
few weeks.
I've only went camping like 3 times, actually twice. It's like, what am I doing? I should go much more than that. So I've got the time, I just don't have the money. You know how it is.
Yep, I know the feeling.
Captain Hopper is saying fair winds. That is true, and it's looking pretty nice out here. Actually, I don't have much wind at all. Our buddy Jared Ouellette, also known as Jared the TIE Pilot, it's Evening Laser and Forest Meats. Well, good evening to you too there, Jared. How's it going, buddy? It's good to see you. Happy Friday. In a slightly different airplane this time, we're doing the Sky Courier. It's pretty nice. It's one of my favorite. Already going a little too fast. I better slow down.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm just approaching 200, and you're almost leaving me.
It's funny how I'm getting the nickname Forest Meats, and that's referring to like the video I made when I was camping last year, and I cooked some food. Just weird how nicknames happen. All of a sudden, there's a community I'm hanging around all the time. They call me Forest Meats all the time, even though I've only ever made one video ever dealing with cooking in the forest, and it wasn't even a popular video. Everybody hates it. You know, there's a handful of people that love the video, and nobody else even watches it. It's getting terrible views. But I guess that's how nicknames work. I'm Forest Meats now, I guess.
I think I saw that one. You was in your RV and cooking out, grilling out. But
Yep. Well, I
yeah,
enjoyed the
that's all.
video, and hey, I wouldn't mind making more cooking videos like that. It's a cool subject. I love to cook, and I love to cook over an open fire.
Yeah, I
But
do too.
I certainly don't do much of it. Not enough to be branded Ford's Me's guy. But it's like anything else. If it was a successful video, I would have made many more of them by now. Instead, it was kind of a difficult video to make, and nobody watched it. So what's the point, right? Doesn't mean I'll never make another one. I actually, I will make more, but it's not going to be like every week kind of a video. More like a couple times a year kind of video.
Yeah, I like those kind of videos. There's a guy up in Canada build his own log cabin and always cooking and stuff, and I enjoy those kind.
I'm thinking I might
Makes
actually.
me hungry though.
Yeah, they do make me very hungry. I love watching cooking videos though, so I get it. I was thinking about maybe cooking I wanted to cook something like on Monday, so I could just eat off of it for a couple days. So I was thinking about make a huge, what are those called, a big brisket.
Oh man, yeah.
So I'm probably going to do that on Monday. I'm going to get up early on Monday morning and start a fire and start cooking that brisket because it takes like 10 hours. So I just got to, get a whole bunch of coals going, have a whole bunch of wood ready, and then all day long keep stoking that fire so it never goes out. But that's one hell of a good meal right there. That's good stuff, and that makes a whole lot of food.
Have it for sandwiches. You could have it for just a meal.
Yep. Hell, I like just eating it with tortillas, I mean, I wouldn't call it a taco, but it's really good on a tortilla.
I thought you said last week that's what you're going to do. You're supposed to do that this week.
Yeah, I never did. Actually, when I went out of town to go to, when I tried to go north to the Upper Peninsula, I stopped at the store on the way out of town to get a big brisket. That's what I was going to cook. And they didn't have one. Well, actually, they had one, but it was huge. It was like $250. It was this gigantic one that you could feed a whole family. It's like, man, I'm only going to be up there a couple of days. I don't need one that big. So I asked the guy if he could cut it in, if he could cut it in half. And he's like, oh, well, the guy that cuts things in half is on lunch break or something like that. And so I came back a half hour later, and the guy that cuts meat is still on break. And so I just said, screw it, give me a couple of those filet mignon. So I had filet mignon instead, which were awesome. But it wasn't the brisket I was looking forward to, you know what I mean? This time I'm not going to let anything stop me. I'll get the big one if I have to.
Don't drop anything. I'm right under you there, Laser.
Oh, hello. Yeah, that 404 is nice. Like I said, it reminds me of maybe a cross between a King Air and the Baron. It's like a little bit of both. It's like a Baron, but a little sleeker, a little bigger. More seats inside.
Yeah.
We actually got a half an inch of rain on Wednesday. And it doesn't
Really?
usually start raining around here till the end of October.
Oh yeah, that's a half inch of rain. Is a little unusual, huh?
Yeah, had a little bit of rain off and on Monday through Thursday this week, and then Wednesday was the big one. Thunderstorms were lighting up the mountain behind me, out my backyard.
Oh,
The
that
lightning
probably
was
looks
lighting
super
up.
cool. I bet you that looks awesome.
Oh, it was. Well, the first thunderclap, because we hardly ever get thunderstorms here, and the first one, I thought there was like a crash out front. It's like, what the heck caused that? Because I had all the windows open, and then a few minutes later, I heard another one when I was at the back of the house where I was facing the mountain. And I was like, holy crap, that was thunder. Like, that
Wow.
doesn't usually happen around here.
Unexpected. Yeah,
Well,
what's been going on?
They forecast thunderstorms for the afternoon, but usually when they forecast it, it's like, yeah, it just doesn't pan out.
Yeah, and if it does, it like might rain for 10 minutes and then it's done. You know, you're counting on you know, you plan on, well, I was going to do this, but it's supposed to rain all day, and it only rains 10 minutes.
Well, that's what the road crews did, because our neighborhoods, they're doing chip seal, and they're supposed to put the final coat on this week. Well, when they saw the forecast, they said, well, we're gonna reschedule the road finishing to be determined at a later date because of the impending weather. Like, yeah, right.
Yep. It's actually warming up around here a little bit. I know the last couple of weeks I've been complaining that it's down in the 50s and 60s. Well, it was like 75 today. It's nice and warm again. Hopefully it stays that way through next week. Like I said, I can get some camping in.
Yeah, we're 85 today, but Monday through Thursday this week, I think Monday and Tuesday were like 70, and then like 72 Wednesday, and
that's cooler
like
than
75
normal
yesterday.
for you guys, huh?
Yeah, we're usually 85 to 90 right now. So it's like, it's nice. Open up the windows. My air conditioner hasn't ran all week.
You in like Southern California, right?
Northern.
Northern.
Yeah, north of San Francisco.
Oh, okay, there you go. For some reason I was thinking you were down by like San Diego.
Oh no, I hate that place, that area.
I hear you. I feel the same way about Detroit and Flint and all that. Although Flint's not really that far south. But it's the same thing. It's like you never hear anything good coming out of that area. It's like Michigan is so absolutely stunningly beautiful, and then you never hear anything good coming out of Flint and Detroit. Except the football team.
They had a pretty good international auto show there. My wife and I used to drive up to, the wife and I used to drive up there when we were living in Toledo for it. It's held in January every year. Downtown Detroit.
Right on. I gotta say, every time I've been to Detroit to go to a football game, it's been pretty nice. And I go there quite a bit. I've gone probably 10 times to see the Lions play. And it's always been pretty nice. Especially the downtown area. I wouldn't want to stray too far from the area we're in, but the downtown area, like near the Opera House and all that kind of stuff, and all the football stadium, the baseball stadium and all that. Used to be where the hockey stadium was at down there. It was all really nice down there. So, like I said, you don't want to, like most cities, you don't want to stray too far, but the downtown area is really nice. They got a little, a train that takes you around. So like our hotel room, the train came right through the lobby. So you can hop on the little tram, and it takes you all around the downtown. And we just got off at Ford Field and watched the football game. And then afterwards, we hopped back on the little train, and it took us right back to the lobby of our hotel.
It sounds like Las Vegas.
Yeah, it's pretty nice down there. They put a lot of money into that downtown opera district to try to clean it up and make it nice. And it is. It's real nice.
Well, the one and only game I ever saw in Detroit was when it was still at the Pontiac Silverdome.
That was awesome. That was quite a stadium. I've been there a number of times myself. Saw Barry there about 5 times. He even shook his hand. He shook my hand, but he wouldn't give me an autograph. That was back in the day when you used to be able to wait for the players back by the bus. Like when the game would get over, me and my friends, we would all just kind of go outside and go around the back where the buses are, where everybody gets out of the locker rooms, and they just hop on the bus. And you could just stand there waiting for everybody to get on the bus, and you could say hi to everybody, every single player on both teams. You know, they don't let you do that anymore.
Yeah, at least when we were there, there's a lot of cool things to do there. I mean, most big cities have a lot of cool things you can do, but like you said, there's certain places you don't want to venture out of. So
yeah.
We went to, I think it was the Ford Museum downtown. We also went out on the Belle Isle, and but we used to, it's only 45 minutes from Toledo, so we used to head up there quite a bit. That is the advantage. The nice thing about big cities where I'm at now, we have like 1,200 people that live here and nothing to do.
Yeah, I live in a pretty small town too. There's not a whole lot going on around here, but that's how I like it.
Well, you got a nice camper there, Longhorn. You got that to do. You can always go camping and cooking out.
Yep, when I had the time off.
Yeah, that's one nice
Yeah, I
thing
guess.
about Michigan too. You can pretty much go anywhere to camp.
Yeah, here it's difficult getting spots. I mean, the one that we found the last time we were out a couple weeks ago, that we were planning on going in the first week of October. Turns out it's on they call it Jackson State Demonstration Forest, and it's ran by Cal Fire for practice or training and stuff like that. Well, apparently the campground's only open from May through September.
Huh?
So it's
Oh, that's not
like October's
Yeah, I mean,
be a perfect month.
right. Yeah, I mean, you guys get nice weather all year long, so why not keep it open, right?
Well, no, in starting in October is our rainy season, and then it just rains like almost nonstop from October to like April, May, and that's why they close it down.
Okay. It just seems a little weird that like all these warm weather areas like you guys, you have the exact same camping schedule as we do. All of our campgrounds shut down in October. And it's like, well, yeah, because like by October 10th it's going to be snowy, you know what I mean? So you can't go camping after October around here.
Yeah, here they just close them down because of the rain. Although it's only the ones like that. It's the state land ones. I mean, they're state parks. The state parks are most of them are open year round. Anything on the coast is pretty much open year round because it's a lot more mild climate. Typically 50s in the wintertime there, 60s in the summer. So they're open pretty much year round. But this one, it's a 3-mile dirt road getting down to it. And there's a lot of creeks that you got to kind of cross to get into it. So I imagine they're probably flowing pretty good and you're not getting in there.
Right. Yeah, towing that trailer, I would be a little nervous.
Now the northern ones, anywhere up near like Tahoe and stuff, forget it. I mean, by October, and well, actually they got snow from the storm here on Wednesday. But
you go up near Tahoe and stuff.
I don't. I did once, but we went up over Labor Day weekend a few years ago, and the weather was absolutely perfect, like 70, 75. But you're at like 8,000 feet elevation too. But you can try going up there in October through probably April, even into May. This is like good luck. The only reason you're going to go up there now at that time of year is to go skiing.
Which is a pretty nice place to go skiing.
That's what I hear, but I don't ski, so.
Yeah, too. Yeah,
It's about
I
a
haven't
4-hour drive
skied
from me.
since I was a kid. The last time I skied was in Austria. Hey, you guys remember last week I was having all kinds of problems with my frame rates. I think I figured it out.
Oh yeah, what'd you do?
Well, they've been nice and smooth ever since because I was kind of Googling it and I saw that after I Googled it, I didn't find much information, but there was a video on YouTube. I can't remember, the Gamers Nexus or something like that, what it is. These guys just do computer builds all the time. Gosh, I can't remember. I mean, they're huge. They're one of the big ones. Gray-haired guy with a salt and pepper beard. They're one of the big channels that do computer stuff. Anyway, one of their recent videos was talking about how to stop all this weird stuttering in your games. And he said, you're not going to believe what it is. So it's like, okay, I'll watch the video and find out what it is. Well, it turns out it's some kind of a recent update, either a motherboard update or a driver update or even a Windows update. Something started messing up with random people's Bluetooth. They're like, if you have Bluetooth built into your motherboard, which I do and most people do, it can screw things up because of this one recent update. And the guy showed examples of what it's doing, and I'm like, well, that's kind of what mine was doing, to where everything looks okay until you turn the camera, and as soon as you turn the camera, the CPU usage just goes down to zero. Everything just stops. And that's kind of what was happening with me. As long as I left the camera alone, it was okay, but as soon as I moved the camera, it was terrible. So I went into my BIOS and disabled the onboard Bluetooth, and everything cleared right up. It works fine now. Everything's perfect. So in order to use Bluetooth, I just happened to have in a drawer, I had one of these little Bluetooth dongles that you could plug into a USB port and get your Bluetooth that way. So I did that, and now I've got perfectly functioning Bluetooth, and my screens are nice and smooth, and it doesn't have any problems anymore. So if that helps anybody out there, please do know that if you're having weird out of the blue frame rate issues all of a sudden, it could be your Bluetooth. Go and disable Bluetooth and see if that helps. I mean, that doesn't seem like it would be anything related. The guy making the video was shocked too. He's like, it took us forever to diagnose this because it's not related at all. How do you diagnose something that's that far, you know? But he's like, yeah, they tried it and sure as shit cleared everything up right away. So there you go. That's computers for you. They get confusing.
No doubt.
And of course, I Googled that and I couldn't find any information on it at all. It was just that one random ass video out of the blue that solved my problem. But you Google it and you can't find any helpful information whatsoever.
I solved my problem with the Blackbird C-130 throttles freezing on me finally. Yeah.
Oh, what was it?
Well, I don't know exactly, but I took my yoke down and put my HOTUS Thrustmaster in and tried it, and it was working okay with that. So I went back to the yoke and I started trying to deconflict some other settings, you know, and it finally started working.
Huh. God, I wonder if it was a driver issue that, like, when you unplugged the one and then plugged the other one in, it re-downloaded the driver or something?
I'm not real sure. It seemed to go away. I mean, I had some things that were conflicting and I deleted those and it started working okay.
Well, that's good news.
But I had other issues though, and other people were having another issue, and I started having that one from time to time. Is the coming in for a landing, either the landing gear wouldn't come down or the flaps wouldn't come down or both.
Oh, you kind of need both of those.
You look over at your panel and your hydraulic pressure was real low and not enough pressure to operate the landing gear.
Huh, I wonder if that might have actually been on purpose then, if you had something set wrong, you know. Maybe, because it's a pretty in-depth simulation.
It is. So I went to the, what do you call it, the tablet over there.
And the EFP?
You can.
Oh, yeah, they got their other tablet, yeah.
They got their own little tablet, yeah. And there's a place there where you can turn off realism to either easy, medium, or realistic, or whatever, and I put that on easy to eliminate any failures, and that's what it
but it fixed it up, huh?
No.
Oh, that's what was...
I was still having issues with the landing. Sometimes it would come down, I'd have to circle the runway like 2 or 3 times, and finally the landing gear would come down.
Huh. That's not good.
Yeah,
I didn't spend any time in that Dirty 30 last week. I really need to. I would like to get to know it a little bit better, and then maybe do a video on it once I know what I'm doing. You know? But it's a pretty complicated aircraft. But it's one of those aircraft that it is so complicated, I would like to learn it really nice and well, and then I can make videos about it that people would watch, you know?
Oh yeah, they would, yeah, sure.
Well, I thought I saw Coast here for just a split second. Yeah, we're about 43 miles out from our first stop. Going to be Siljan, Echo Sierra Kilo Mike. A reminder, we're going to be coming in runway 16. So, not sure if I've even been through this yet, but yes, we will be landing on runway 16. We are, let's see, we're looking at almost 6,000 feet of asphalt. The elevation of the airport is 639 feet, so that's not much to worry about. But we'll be counting on that, runway 16. We also have an ILS frequency, if you'd like the frequency for the localizer. It is 109.7. So 109.7 for runway 16, and that is at a heading of 155 degrees magnetic. And I see our buddy Coast popped in. Coast, greetings. How you doing, buddy?
Fairly good. How you guys doing?
Good, buddy. It's nice to hear your voice. How's everything going for you in Buffalo after that big surprise comeback win you guys had? That was amazing.
Yeah, it surprised me too. Surprised everybody.
Yeah, that ended up being a pretty good game.
Yeah, I was in tests all day yesterday, medical tests.
Right on. Hopefully they gave you some good news.
Well, they gave me a couple of dates, is what they gave me.
I see. Well, make sure you take care of business, buddy. We're thinking of you.
Yep.
So we're currently flying around Sweden. A good old time on our way to Stockholm. Don't get a syndrome.
See the cake that Travis posted in the media section?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I did. It's funny, I would normally never even seen that in the section it was in, but I happened to already be in that when I launched the OBS there, or when I launched Discord. Yeah, kind of funny. At first I was wondering, well, why would he put that in the group flight lobby? And it's, wait, it wasn't even in the group flight lobby.
Yeah, he put it in media.
Well, we're about 35 out in another, just a few miles, maybe 5 miles or so. I'm going to bring it down. The elevation of the airport is about 600 feet. So I'm going to bring it down to about 3,500. That should do the trick.
Okay, I need to back off because I'm right under Longhorn.
Right on. Yeah, Longhorn's been tight on me here this whole time. Looks good.
I'm not tailgating, I'm drafting.
You try to save on that fuel.
I think I'm about 15 feet underneath you guys, or 10 or so.
Yeah, you're right there, man. It's a nice tight formation. Yeah, I swear when I'm in my RV, people draft me. I swear it. It's like they're tailgating the hell out of me, and you've had 100 chances to go around me. Just go around, but they won't. They'll stay right on my ass the whole time. I was like, yeah, I know what they're doing. They're saving gas.
That's all well and good till you go get ready to change lanes and they decide to change lanes to go around you at the same time.
Right. Yeah, the visibility in the
Sounds like-
RV, there's not much visibility, man. And it's weird, too, because it's like using my mirrors and stuff, and you can't, I don't have a rear mirror. I mean, if I look in my rear mirror, I can just see my bed, you know, so I can't look out the back. But in the side mirrors, those, it's like I can see all the way down the side of the RV, but then when somebody is right up next to me, I can't see them. It's the weirdest thing. When they're right there, like I could reach out and touch them, that's my blind spot. When they're so close I could touch them, that's when I can't see them anymore. Yeah, it's bizarre.
Yeah, I have a camera on the back of my trailer so I can see when I've got someone tucked up behind me.
Yeah, well, I've got a backup, you know. And it's not the people behind me I'm worried about. Them I can see. I can see everybody behind me. But like I said, when they're right next to my door, I can't see them anymore.
Oh,
And that's even looking out the window. I can't see them when they're right next to me. It's weird. It's the weird blind spot. And it's only for a second, but it's enough to where it surprised me more than once. I've never had an almost accident, but there's been times where I'm like, okay, I'm going to change lanes. And then all of a sudden, there's a guy right there. It's like, holy shit, I didn't see him. Well, since we're going to be coming in on runway 16, I'm going to jog to the left just a little bit here. I'm going to turn to a heading of 020.
I think I'm picking up the tones from something already.
Yeah, I was picking them up when I was making the flight plan. This airplane actually has, it's got a volume knob for your nav 1 radio, It's got like it's got a number of knobs, but the knob underneath it all, it says like nav1 radio frequency volume, blah blah blah. And yeah, I turned that up, and all of a sudden I could hear the transponder whenever you come in range. It gives you that Morse code letting you know that you're within range of the localizer. Laser's holding 3,500. Yeah, I got your message there, Coast. Indeed. Get that taken care of, my friend.
That's the first of two, you know. That's got to be done first.
Well, yep, you're strong. Take care of that.
That's on a Thursday.
On Thursday, what's that, the 25th?
A firm, yeah. 25th, Thursday.
Well, I'll be thinking of you, buddy.
If you hear from me on the 26th, you know it was successful.
I'll keep my ears open. Is it warming up there for you guys? It got nice and warm here in this last couple of days for us, Coast. We're up in the 70s again.
It's spectacular. It's ridiculously
Yeah.
good weather all the time, every day.
Yeah, it's been beautiful around here too.
In fact, we have a drought here going on.
Really? Well, I wish I could say we could send you some rain, but we haven't had any rain over here, and usually you get it a couple of days after we do. We haven't had much. It's supposed to rain a little tomorrow, though.
Same for us. We get a little rain tomorrow. Woof woof. Right.
Yep, it is nice. It went from like 50 degrees to 70 degrees overnight. It's beautiful. Well, I'm going to be turning final here in about another 10 miles.
I've never done an ILS with this kind of an airplane, so it took me a while to figure out how to set it up, but I hope I got it. We'll see.
There's like an extra step going on that I missed because I was trying to figure it out a couple days ago, and I could almost get it to work. It did everything except latch on to the line. You know what I mean? I got all the indications that it was working fine, but it just never actually did.
Oh, it did.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what it is. I think a lot of airplanes have a GPS/nav button to where when you're telling it to follow the nav, it'll either follow your GPS or it'll follow your nav radio. But it's the same setting, you know what I'm saying? And I couldn't find anything that switched it off of the GPS. No matter what I did, it would follow my GPS line instead of the ILS localizer. I couldn't figure it out.
So how did you do it? How did you do
I
it then?
didn't. Yeah, I never figured it out. I just landed.
Okay, because I'm still trying to figure that out. Why I'm not picking up the ILS, and I'm only like 13 miles out.
Right. On other aircraft, what we did is enough. You know what I mean? On other aircraft, it would just lock right on. But this one, there is somewhere in the menu there is a GPS/nav button. Like I said, it tells your autopilot to follow the nav radio instead of the GPS. I never did figure out where it is. I have a feeling that's kind of the same problem I'm having with the Dirty 30, because that's almost exactly the same issue, where no matter what I do, it won't follow the GPS line. It's like the opposite.
You got a CDI button on there that you can change it to VLOC instead of GPS?
Well, I don't know. I bet you I
Not
do.
that I've seen.
It almost seems like I would. I wouldn't know where it is, but
Well, I don't know. Mine looks a little different. Let me look at your.
turning base leg for Siljan.
Yeah, hold up right there. Let me see what you got.
Yeah, got the approach button, flight director, back course. Yeah, I never did find anything that said
You have nav 1 selected over there on your panel?
I don't, because I'm not trying to do it.
Oh, okay.
I did when I was trying to do it. Yeah, see the button I've got highlighted right now? That's you have to toggle that on so you can hear your nav 1 radio, so you can hear the Morse code for that. Which is weird, because there's other nav buttons as well, but that's the one that you need for the audio. After I clicked that, I could hear the audio, so I knew I was in range. It just never actually locked onto it. Once again, it's probably something simple. Just once you figure it out, it's like, oh, of course.
Yeah, I usually just use the procedure button, but that only works on your final destination.
Right.
So these airports in the middle, when I hit procedure, it's giving me the procedure for the final destination. So I was like, oh, that's not going to work.
Yeah, that works great in a point-to-point, but not so much now. I'm going to go ahead and turn final for runway
You know what? I
16.
just found it.
Did you?
It's yeah, right above the yoke. There's a button on the GPS or the Garmin for CDI. As soon as I clicked it, it changed over to green.
Is right next to OBS.
Yep.
Holy shit! I looked all over the place. Okay, well that's it.
Just looking in the wrong place.
I was looking in the wrong place. Yeah, I looked right past it 10 times. Okay, excellent.
Means I
Keen
probably
eye.
should drop some altitude then.
I'm only 7.7 miles out. I should see it. A 4-mile final, runway 16. Coming at a little bit of an angle here. Nothing too bad.
looks like the trees are already turning into fall trees up here. There we go. There's the markers.
It's working.
Yep, and I've latched onto everything. The glide slope, localizer.
Excellent. Yeah, that's good. That might help us find it in a couple other aircraft as well.
Yeah, because it's a Garmin. I think this is a G3000, right?
Yeah, they're
So,
pretty standard.
So
I'm used to looking for it like in the Goose. It's just like its own separate button off to the side. It's just, you know, you
Yep.
might have to look for it, but it's not connected to anything. It just says GPS nav.
well, I was expecting it to be up on the autopilot bank up on the top.
That's where I was looking, of course, and you know, and I looked at everything on the side of the panel. There's a bunch of buttons on the side, and that wasn't one of them.
400. 300. 200.
Lasers
See if
over
this
the
thing will land
threshold.
itself.
100.
Yeah, this is a smooth airplane. I love this thing. Although it needs a little bit longer runway to take off than it does to land, but we got plenty here. Laser
Have you
is
landed
clear
yet,
to the
Wingnut?
left. Pardon me?
No,
I
I'm
just asked him
behind.
wing. Oh, okay.
I'm behind you guys. I'm on the final leg, though, or final.
Well, it's a little bit to the left of center line, but it's still heading for the runway.
Well, you're right, Longhorn. These trees are definitely changing to fall colors. It's kind of pretty.
Wow, it even flared for me.
Nice little puff of smoke on the ground when you touch down. Remember, you got reverse thrust.
Oh, do I? No, I
Yeah,
didn't
it's
need
a
them.
turbo.
I was wondering that.
Yeah, you know,
Come on,
mostly
guy.
reverse thrust for me is handy for backing up. I mean, it's nice for stopping if you need the room, but I don't normally need it.
What the heck? Well, that was weird.
Huh.
My plane just did a jump and I heard a ding, ding, and my plane just like lurched to the left, like I hit something.
Weird.
Well, it lined me up and everything, but the glide slope didn't bring me down, so I'm coming in manual and hot.
You sure you're not too high?
I was at 35. Maybe I was too high.
Oh yeah, you were too high because I was at 30. Well, the chart says 3,400, but by the time I finally figured out the ILS stuff on this thing, I was way too high. So I just like dropped to 2,000 feet.
Well, I feel like 3,500 would have been enough, but you had to be 3,500 way far away.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was only like less than 10 miles out when I
Yeah.
finally figured out the ILS stuff. So
I'm guessing at
Alright,
20
so-
miles. At 20 miles, it would be enough. That sleek old 404 coming in, looking good. It's weird when I see it written down 404 Titan, it looks like an error message. Isn't that a common error message, 404?
Paper. Page
Very
not
nice.
found.
Very nice,
Page
Bob. Sorry, Coast?
It's a browser page not found.
Yeah. That's why I see it all the time. Well, most excellent. Everybody got down nice and smooth. Roll back out onto 1-6. We should be pretty much straight in line with our next destination. I see you got that nice red paint job, red and white back there, Longhorn, looking good. Hopefully that's the one you're actually in.
Yeah, it was like a dark red maroon color.
Yeah, burgundy.
That's what I
almost.
see.
Yeah, it looks good.
Hey, then they got it right. Does it say Longhorn on my plane?
I can't tell. I can only see it from the front right now.
Oh,
I didn't see it.
I see Longhorn Ram.
yeah, it's on my rudder. To me, anyway.
Yeah, for me, my tail just says my call sign, Lima 1 Oscar November. I think you can probably set it to display either one. Alright guys, I think we'll do the same thing on this leg. 6,000 feet worked out just great. So let's do that. Climb up to 6,000 feet. We're pretty much going straight ahead. We're heading a little bit southeast. Southeast. And that'll get us there. So let's go ahead and spool these birds up. Lazerbolt is rolling. Longhorn, you in VR tonight?
Yeah,
Everything smooth?
so far.
I don't want to jinx it. Well, hopefully I can take off without doing a backflip.
Yeah, I was gonna say, make sure you got your trim set right.
Here we go. Much better than last time. I'm over here missing all kinds of freaking messages going on. We've got the blathering backstage saying, "Evening, sir." Well, evening to you, blathering backstage. I have a feeling this is Steve. Says we're just checking in to say hi. JMB is also checking in to say hi. Invading from the BS. Well, hey everybody, how you doing? Happy Friday to all of you. Hopefully you're having a good old time. I'm having a good old time. I started drinking early. $6,000.
Going to see.
Yeah, for the life of me, I cannot remember what it was about this Sky Courier that was causing issues about a month and a half ago. Because it's just fantastic right now. I'm digging this. Very nice airplane. Super high tech.
I don't remember there being any issues. I just remember always liking it.
There was some reason why I was like, that's it, we're not doing this again next week. It was, I don't remember if it was frame rates when there was a bunch of us using it or just whatever it was. Couldn't have been that big a deal if I don't remember what it was. Like maybe it wouldn't follow the pink line or something. It was something. There was a reason why, like halfway through our flight around Italy, I stopped flying it. It was bugging me, whatever it was. So what's going on over at the backstage tonight, you guys? What are you doing over there? Yeah, I don't know if you guys remember, well, you probably noticed that these last, I don't know, for like the last month or so, when we land at an airport, I no longer get out of my airplane and walk around. Well, that's been because my controller has been screwing up on me, and it just acts all weird all of a sudden. Now all of a sudden my controller works perfectly. Once again, I think it boils down to that weird Bluetooth driver that got, you know, like I said, if you have a built-in Bluetooth on your motherboard, there is a small chance that it's screwing stuff up. And once I disabled that, and I just used my Bluetooth dongle, everything's working perfect, including my frame rates are better and my controller works again. So if anybody's ever having any of those issues, try disabling your Bluetooth. I know a lot of people need Bluetooth, but the only thing I needed it for really was my controller. Lasers holding 6,000 at 160.
Found one of the issues that causes the navigation that you create, the flight plan, when you know how he keeps a lot of times just giving you a straight line from point A to point B with nothing in between.
Right.
What was happening for me is if I could get it, I would load it in. I had it look good on the EFB. Then I would send it to my what aircraft in ATC. Then it would show up on the world map, just like you made it. But then I'd go into the weather, and as soon as I went into the weather to make changes in the weather, and I come out of it, I had a straight line again.
Oh, because that might be what's going on. Yeah, because for me, it still does that. It still does the whole thing. But it's I didn't notice that it was related to the weather. I should pay attention to that. Because usually, first thing I do is I change the weather even before I start making the flight plan. I know where we're going to be taking off from, so I slide the weather so it's just about sunrise, and then I start making the flight plan. Maybe I just need to leave it alone until I get in game, you know, because it's like as soon as when I'm making the flight plan, everything's fine. And then I got it in the EFB, and everything is fine in the EFB. And then I save it in the EFB, everything is fine. The second I send it to the ATC and the avionics, the second I do that, it screws up. It's still perfect in the EFB, but the world map has all these crazy waypoints. There's waypoints all over the frickin' place that it's doing now. Maybe I should try doing it without monkeying with the weather.
Yeah, see, I'm talking about just when I go to load in the one that you created, because I'm not seeing all those extra points. I'm just seeing, I mean, on my flight plan, I've got like just what 1, 2, 3 runway or 3 airports, or 4 if you count
that's how it should be.
Yeah, but as soon as you know, and that all looked great in the plane and everything. But if I go in to change, like I forgot to change my clouds, so I go back to change the clouds. As soon as I come back out of it, I've got a straight line again, so I got to reload the flight plan again.
You're talking like even when you're in the game itself, not just on the map?
Yeah. Yeah.
Huh.
Yes, something about going into the weather just wipes out everything in between, all your waypoints in between.
It changes it on the AFB and everything, huh?
Yep.
Oh, weird. I've never had that happen. I've never had the EFB show anything other than what I wanted it to. But the world map will get screwed up beyond recognition. I don't even recognize that flight plan anymore. It's got the beginning airport and the end airport and about 30 airports in between. It's bonkers. So
Yeah,
what
I
I've
don't
just
even
been
see
doing
that.
is I don't even bother with that. What I do is after I've created the flight plan, I just start the flight and then I load it all in from there. I don't load it in on the map screen anymore because that doesn't do anything except screw stuff up. And it still hasn't fixed. They haven't fixed it yet.
Yeah, the way I've been doing it is I go in, which I got to do it all in 2D, but then I get in there, I choose my aircraft, then I go and open up the EFB, go in and load the flight plan that you created, and it looks good on the EFB, send it to the aircraft, and then it looks good on the world map, but then if I go in and change the weather and come back out of that screen, then everything is back to a straight line. So now what I need to do is go in and change the weather first, then go in and load the flight plan and then send it.
Huh.
Yeah. You know what I do when I'm making my flight plans is it tries to, in the EFB, it tries to create all these different waypoints. So what I do is change it to a direct to on each leg or each, and then it gives me a direct line to each airport that I chose instead of all the other waypoints in between.
Yeah, if you try to do an IFR, it's gonna pick a bunch of points in between your airports.
Well, gentlemen, speaking of airports, we are on our way to Echo Sierra Oscar Echo. When we get to Orebro, we're going to be landing on runway 19. Let's count on that. Runway 19 is 8,500 foot of bituminous. We do have an ILS frequency here, though, so the frequency of the localizer is 108.5. 108.5 for that, with a heading of 185 degrees. So count on that. Runway 19, 19er when we get to Orebro. Not much elevation. We're getting closer to the coast here, so we're only 186 feet up. So just count on that. 108.5. A bit of a straight in landing.
I should be able to do 3,000 coming in on ILS then, right?
Yeah, definitely. I think, like I said, we should have been able to do 3,000 on that last one, but you would have had to have been at 3,000 way farther out than we were. I don't think we even turned within 20 miles.
Yeah, I think I was 35, maybe even a little above all the way around. It turned me, but it didn't bring me down. So like Longhorn said, I was probably too high.
Too high for how close you were.
Right, yeah.
You didn't have the altitude button set, did you?
I did. Yeah, it was on, yeah.
So Longhorn, how dirty is that windscreen getting for you? Mine's getting pretty dirty.
It's pretty full of bugs.
Yep, it's going to get worse.
I could probably fly this thing at 40,000 feet and probably hit just as many bugs.
Yeah, I don't think it matters.
And
Gotta watch out for the high altitude bugs. They're bigger.
I look at Laser's instrument panel with the glass panel and makes mine look like an antique with all the steam gauges here.
I like your cockpit. Like I said, your cockpit it's got gauges all over the place, which I like, but it also has the GPS display. You know, it's not like flying some old, a Goose or even the Hercules. It's got a GPS display plus all the gauges.
Yep, that's what I like. It's pretty neat. It looks old, antique and old-fashioned, but it does have at least a GPS in it. It's a little different from yours, but it works.
Yeah, I might have to check that airplane out. I like a lot of stuff about it. It's really got the speed too. I mean, you said that thing goes over 200 knots. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I have to keep backing off.
It's not even a turboprop.
Nope.
That's impressive.
says it's a Garmin 530, I think. That's what it's. And then a smaller one below it, a 430.
Interesting. I'm not sure what Garmin we typically use here. I always thought it was like a Garmin 1000.
I think what you have is a 1000. Oh, sorry, Longhorn. I wasn't paying attention. I was ran right through you. If you've seen me nosedive, I dropped something on the floor.
Hopefully
Hopefully you
it wasn't your
got it.
beer.
I was kind of experimenting with the RV refrigerator, with the refrigerator in my RV, I should say. Just out of curiosity, because it runs off of propane, and I've got a big propane tank built right into the RV. And I was just curious to see how long that refrigerator would last on a tank. Usually when I'm not traveling, I just turn it off. And so I only use it when I'm actually camping. And it takes a good day for it to actually cool down and get really cool. But anyway, this summer I said, well, I'm just going to leave it on all the time, just out of curiosity to see how much propane it uses. And it finally went down from 4 bars. It went down to 3 bars after being on all summer, whether I'm using it or not. So I'd say that thing's pretty damn efficient. Holy moly! I mean, at this pace, I can go years without having to refill that tank.
Can you remove your tank to fill it, or you have to drive up to get it filled?
I have to drive up. It's connected right to the RV, but it's a big one now. I'm not sure exactly how big. It's at least 20, maybe 25. It's nice to know that we have that 404 if we need it, if we need to go slightly longer distance or a little bit faster. It's a kind of a nice in-between, you know, something like this and Hercules, you know. Not quite in the middle, but it's getting closer.
It's fun to fly it. A little different, but it doesn't take long to figure it out.
When we get to Orebro, that will be our penultimate stop for the evening, so we'll be taking a quick 10-minute break. That'll be a good time to grab a drink and a snack. That's also a good time if you want to join us in the air. You can grab the game on Game Pass. It's not as big of a download as you would think it is. Grab it on Game Pass and join us. You can find the information for all these group flights in the description of the video on YouTube. All the stuff's there, including where we're flying to and what we're flying. And yeah, it would be a good time. We would love to have you. And while you're down there, hit that like and subscribe button. That's a lot of fun. People enjoy doing that. So don't miss out on the fun. Hit that like button. Getting close enough we could exchange passengers here.
Yeah.
I'd have no room for them. I chose the loaded cargo version.
Oh, you're loaded with cargo.
Oh yeah, I can see. I'm looking at the YouTube stream for Laser, and Laser, you got windows, and Longhorn doesn't. So yeah, you can definitely tell the cargo.
Oh, good eye. Yeah, I never noticed that the cargo version doesn't have windows. Because the cargo version doesn't need windows, does it? The cargo don't want to look. That's a nice detail. I'm assuming if you looked in the back, you would have all kinds of containers back there.
Yeah, I've got a wall in between us, and there's not even a doorway to go through.
Oh,
So
really?
I could get up out of my chair. Yeah.
Oh, that's too bad. Yeah, at least I can look back and see the passengers.
Yeah.
Bunch
Well,
of
I'm sure if I
NPCs.
get up out of my chair and walk back there, I bet you I would see the cargo. Or I
could
could
probably
take my
go
drone
through the
back
wall.
there. Yeah. But I guess they figured there was no reason to put a door going back there to check on your cargo. Might be like a reinforced wall too, so if the cargo ships, it doesn't blast you in the back of the head.
All right. Yeah, I don't care to have a co-pilot because it's creepy having him right next to you, but I wouldn't mind seeing some passengers back there. We are about 35 or 38 miles out. Before too awful long, I'm going to drop her down to 3,000. Maybe another 10 miles or so. It's relatively straight in. It should be easy to hit that glide slope on this one. You could not fit any tighter in there. Whoop, there you go. Now you're inside me.
Yeah, I wanted to check out your passengers. Oh yeah, all your seats are empty, including your pilot seat.
There's a bunch of them. Yeah, you probably see my name tag in the distance there, like I jumped out a long time ago.
Yeah, I did. What happened? What was up with that?
I don't know. I saw your name tag do the same thing.
Oh, yeah, it's the
And
second
Bob's
time
too.
that yours did this.
Yeah, it's weird. I
Yeah,
don't know
yours
why it
did
does
it.
that. Yeah, I've got Bob with his airplane and his name tag like it's supposed to be, and then another wing nut way back there like he jumped out.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought maybe you jumped out of your plane or something because,
No.
yeah, because your aircraft name tag is still on there, but your other one just like went shooting through me.
Yeah, that's a known issue. We don't know why it does that, but I mean, I just wish that when you were in the airplane, it doesn't need to show two name tags.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
And speaking of jumping out, I don't know if you can even do that. Matter of fact, I'm pretty sure you can't.
Well, if you open the door, you probably get an instant crash if you try to open the door.
Yeah, probably.
You just got a black screen saying you have crashed the aircraft. So yeah, you can't wing walk. Alright, so let's see if I can get set up for this ILS a little bit quicker this time.
Descending to 3,000. Turning left to a heading of 155. Reminder, we're inbound for runway 19er, and we'll take a 10-minute break. Yeah, Coast, that Ravens Bills game, that was a great game. I enjoyed the hell out of that, especially since the Bills won. I don't have a whole lot of love for the Ravens. Don't know why. I really don't. Just one of them things. That's one of those teams that I've always disliked them. I can't tell you why. I don't know. Just don't like them. I've always kind of had a soft spot for the Bills too. I don't know why I like them, but I do. And I know the Bills have had so many seasons where they have just been awesome and couldn't quite push through. Just couldn't quite have that great season, you know. It's one of these days soon, maybe not this year because I want my Lions to win, but one of these days soon, it's got to be the Bills' time. With that quarterback they got and the skill they've got, it's they're going to have their Super Bowl run. I'm a little surprised it hasn't happened already. I got somebody outside my window right now going, "Fuck the Packers." He must have watched that game. Yeah, my Lions got the Bears this week at home. That's our home opener. So it should be good. Looking forward to that. I don't particularly think that the Lions played all that bad last Sunday against the Packers. The Packers are pretty good this year. And it was one of those games to where it felt like we were getting outplayed bad. It felt like we were getting outplayed the whole game, and yet we were never that far behind. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it felt like we weren't doing anything, but we were hanging in there. We had a chance to win that game the whole way through. It just, When it was over, they had more points than us. Simple as that. It's just I'm not. There's a lot of people panicking right now in the Lions fandom. You know how people are. You have one bad game and everybody's like, "Oh my God, it's the same old Lions as always." It's like, man, just get the hell out of here. Get the hell out of here. You're not a fan. You don't deserve to be. Get out of here. It will be interesting to see our former defensive coordinator. He is now the Bears coach, Johnson there, Ben Johnson. He's the new Bears coach. He used to be our defensive coordinator. So it'll be interesting to see him come back in the building. And I've heard idiots say, well, that just means he knows our entire playbook. No, he doesn't. And yes, he does. Playbooks are playbooks. They're almost all the same. There's no secrets there, you know. I mean, there's no secrets there. It's like last year, one of our players accidentally posted a picture from one of the practices where we had on the chalkboard, they had written all of our code signs and all of our codes that they use when they're snapping the ball. He had all of our secret codes written on the blackboard, and he accidentally took a picture of it and posted it. And everybody was like, oh my God, he's going to get in so much trouble. And then they asked the coach about it, and the coach was like, yeah, whatever, it's no big deal, who cares? I mean, if we're going to lose because they knew our signals, then we didn't deserve to win that game anyway. You know, I mean, if we're not good enough to beat these guys because they know our signals, just knowing the other team's signals is no big deal. It's no biggie. So he knows most of our playbook, whatever. I bet we know most of his too. Whoop-de-doo. That's not what it's about. We're 16 miles out. Time to keep your eyes open for this here runway. We should be encountering it soon. I'm going to go ahead and turn a little closer to final here. Lazerbolt is turning to 165. Quite a bit bigger runway than the last one we had. It is bituminous. It is not asphalt. Bituminous is just as good.
Just locked onto the localizer at 16 miles out.
Really? Usually it locks on about 26 out. And then when you're within 20...
I'm also down to like 2,900 feet too. Maybe if I was higher up, I might have locked onto it sooner.
Yeah, usually it's 26 miles and the localizer comes into frame, and then at 20 miles you'll get your glide slope. So you should already see the glide slope. Hopefully you're under it.
Oh, I'm way under it. I just got the little tiny half a triangle at the top right below the G. But my localizer is lined straight up. Course is set for 185. I'm just waiting for the glide slope to lock on.
Right on. Man, I tried for an hour and a half yesterday to try to get that to engage, and it was all for that damn CD button, the CDI. I'm glad you pointed that out.
Well, like I said, I've always, like all these, the Garmin, 1000s and 3000s, I always just use the procedure button, so I never think anything of it, because with the procedure button, when you load in the approach procedure, when you get close enough, it automatically switches you from nav to localizer. So your pink arrow goes to green. Well, this is the first time I tried doing it manually on my own, and so I was like, okay, there's something I'm missing here. And finally
that's
found
what it
it.
was.
So.
Well, that's good. Like I said, that might actually help for other aircraft too, because a lot of them use that Garmin 1000. There's many of them use that same system.
Yeah, it just got locked in at 11 miles out, finally, making me turn.
That is unusual. Usually it happens way before that.
Yeah, I hear the tones, but at 11 miles, it just now turned me.
See, and I never heard the tones this time. I don't have the tones on here, and I only got the outer marker on the first one, but I've got nothing on this one.
I figured out how to get the tones when I was monkeying around. If you look to the right of your main avionics panel, and it's got like all your COM buttons, COM2, COM1, all that blah blah blah, and then DME, NAV1, all that stuff along the side. There's a group of buttons that have like a white line around them, and it says like what is it? DME, NAV1, ADF, NAV2. If you hit the NAV1 button, that's your audio. That's your NAV1 audio. If you hit that so it's on, you will hear the localizer spouting off Morse code. I figured that out. I just couldn't figure out how to lock onto it.
Yeah, that is on.
It is on.
Little
And then
green lights on it, but
somewhere above that, there's a volume knob.
well, the volume knob for Nav1 is on the upper left of the Garmin. And like I said, I haven't changed anything from the last airport. In the last airport, I did get the outer markers, but I'm not getting them on this one. But it is locked on everything. Localizer, glide slope.
Coming in right behind you, Longhorn. It's bringing me down through this time.
Well, I like to come in slow, so try not to run through me.
Oh man. Okay, no promises there.
I don't know how slow. I don't know how slow you can fly that plane.
Yeah, it'll yell at you. It makes all kinds of noises and stuff.
No. All right, I'll speed it up a little
It's
bit.
I think
don't worry
it's
about it.
it's somewhere in the
I might be far
neighborhood.
enough back.
Somewhere in the neighborhood of 100 knots. I think you can go slightly slower if you wanted to, but
Well, that's
If
why
I
I
use
landed at the
flaps.
last airport.
yeah. if you
Yeah, I'm
keep
at
it
100
running.
now with flaps, so I think I'm okay.
Oh, you're fine then. I just won't go below that because I sped up to about 120, so I'm gonna drop back down to 100 again.
Yeah, you got to try this airplane, Laser. It's actually fun to fly. It just looks old-fashioned, but it's fun to fly.
I will try it. Yeah, like I said, when you showed me the inside of it, I was sold right away. As soon as I seen all the steam gauges, I'm like, oh, that's something I would like right there. Plus the speed. I'm surprised that it's not a turboprop, but it can still go over 200 knots.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Lasers on 1 mile final, runway 19er.
I sure hope they fix the issue of not letting me turn off all the city markers for Sim Update 4. Everybody was complaining because you couldn't turn them on, so they got that part of it fixed, but now you can't turn them off. So my whole screen is just lit up with city markers all around me.
It's almost too much. Yeah, I don't know if that's just a VR thing or not, because I don't have that issue.
No, it was happening on whether I play in VR or not.
I guess I've never had city markers even turned on, so I guess that's probably it.
Yeah, I mean, I can turn everything off because I have a button on my HOTAS map to turn off all markers. But I also have it set to turn on name tags too, so I can toggle the name tags and all the markers and stuff off by just pushing a button. But I'd like to just not have to do that to get rid of the city markers. I don't need to know wherever there's like 40 cities around me.
Exactly.
I seen the dust bunnies flying up just as you come across the grass to land Longhorn. It looked pretty neat.
I haven't landed yet.
Yeah, but it don't
That was
matter.
laser.
You could be six.
No, you were.
You could be 6,000 in the air, and you'll still see that dust bunny underneath you, which is odd.
Oh wow, this thing does have reverse thrust.
And it's got a pretty good one too, doesn't it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was very nice landings from both of you guys. Very nice.
I let the autopilot bring me all the way to the ground, and it did nice. It flared it nicely.
Just shut itself off when you got there?
It did not. I had to shut it off. But, I mean, as I was rolling, I was able to turn the autopilot off, but it brought me right to the runway real nice.
Right. The next thing I need to screw around with, it's probably super easy to do, I just haven't even tried it yet, but This airplane has a speed hold. I've always liked a good speed hold. Although it's really easy on this one. You set it for 160 and it stays at 160. But it would be nice to just set it and forget it, you know? Alrighty, it is 38 past the hour. Why don't we say right around the neighborhood of 10 to the hour, a couple minutes earlier than that actually, we'll be up in the air. Longhorn, don't flip that thing over.
What's that?
Don't flip that thing over. It looked like you went over on a
Yeah.
wingtip.
I know. That's what I can't move. It's
It looks like you're
I'm
hitting something. Yeah, it does. It looks like you're hitting something invisible.
That's why I took the cow path over here.
That was weird. It was on the taxiway, and all of a sudden it just shot me off to the right by hitting something. I keep hitting invisible stuff. Come on. Go back to where I want to go.
Well, all right. Going to take a 10-minute break, everybody. Like I said, you got just enough time to install the game if you want to join us here in Sweden. And yeah, we're going to be taking off in about 8 or 9 minutes.
I've got to have something mapped to incorrectly on this.
Alrighty, I'm going to go ahead and maneuver this bird out onto runway 19er, and we'll get out of here in 3 minutes. Our final destination will be Norway. Not Norway, Stockholm. Stockholm, Sweden. Big difference. On this leg, once again, I think we can do 6,000 feet. That should work out just fine. Not too high, not too low. 6,000 feet at 160 indicated. 160. Yeah, last week it got so cold I took the fan out of my window and put it away. And then this week it goes up 20 degrees. I'm sitting here roasting right now. I could easily go get my fan again, but it's like, God dang it. As soon as I take it out of the window, it gets hot again. And it's not really hot. It's just a perfect, like 70 degrees. It's probably a little bit less than that right now. And the sun went down. Alright, like I said, in 1 minute we're climbing to 6,000 feet. Going to have to take a substantial left-hand turn out of here, and that'll get us on course to Stockholm. Alright guys, let's go ahead and get these birds up and out of here. Lazerbolt is rolling. Wingnut, that thing have retractable gear?
Yes.
Nice.
Got you hooked now, don't I?
Yeah, I'm super curious. I want to check it out. Like I said, it's not the first time you've flown it, actually. I think I've seen it at least one time before, but I really do like it.
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
And that's one thing that bothers me about this airplane is it's got fixed gear. I like putting the gear away.
Yeah, me too.
You know what I mean? Yeah, it's just, I don't know, it's stupid, but I like doing it. When you can't put the gear away, it feels wrong.
Sort of like leaving your pants unzipped.
Exactly. And then you realize this pants doesn't even have a zipper.
All right, right.
There's the markers. The
Did it
medium
finally
marker
come in?
just went off. Yeah, when I'm flying.
I don't believe I heard what I heard. Your gear unzipped.
You heard right.
Quite what I said.
That's not what we meant, but that might be what we said. Well, so far I haven't had any of the weird behind the scenes GPS issue happening here. which is real good. That's been an issue for the last couple weeks, and it seems to be working just fine. It might be exactly what Longhorn said, where it's tied to if you messed with the weather or the time of day, maybe that screws everything up. Not sure exactly where we're going to end up next week, but we will be taking off out of Stockholm. Probably heading north. Checking out, seeing what's a little bit further north up here. Oh, that reminds me. I saw a video today. Some company has made an add-on, costs about 25 bucks, an add-on for the sim here for 2024. That it's a Jurassic Park add-on, and the video I saw looked pretty cool. It looked really cool. It adds like the entire island of Isla Sorna or Isla Nebula, or one of the two, and yeah, it looks awesome. It's got dinosaurs running around. It's got the entire park. It's got a railway system, or like a monorail system. It looks really, really cool. I might have to check that out. I really like Jurassic Park, and that looks like something I'd get a kick out of.
Yeah, it's available on Orbix.
That's who it was, Orbix. They typically make good scenery too. You know, they make high quality stuff. I'm thinking about maybe taking that. They gave us that new helicopter. That kind of looks like a Jurassic Park helicopter even. Fly that around. Maybe fly around in VR. That'd be cool. In a helicopter and check everything out real nice and close.
That'd be kind of cool. I might just have to do that. Then I can run around with my character and just see how big them dinosaurs really are.
Oh yeah, yeah. You can land. Yeah, hell yeah. Real good idea.
See if they eat you.
Might even have the makings of a cool video there. The video I saw, the guy only used footage from the trailer. So it's like, It looked really cool, of course, but that's the trailer. I'd like to actually see it. Yeah, this campground I'm going to stay at next week is right on the river. It's not too far from here. It's probably really only 15 or 20 minutes from my house. I can get there. It's not taking a big trip to go camping, but it's a nice place and I like it a lot. But one of the things that's fun about it is they rent kayaks there. And what they'll do is they'll rent you a kayak, and then they'll drive you up the river and drop you off, and you can kayak down the river, and about 4 hours later you'll end up right back at the campsite. So it's perfect. Like, I don't know, start some food cooking or something and go take a kayak trip, and then you end up right back where you started in the first place. And it's super convenient, and it's nice and relaxing, and it's beautiful, beautiful river, the Pere Marquette River.
Now that sounds like a nice thing to do.
Yeah, they've got quite a racket there, and people take advantage of it. probably mentioned it more than once that I am not a boat guy. I am not a water guy. I can't stand being on the water. I hate it. If I was out in a ship out in Lake Michigan, I'd no way. I'd be freaking out, man. I just don't like it. It's not my thing. But for some reason, I love kayaking. I love kayaking down the river because I can see the bottom the whole time. It's fun, you know. If I was kayaking on a lake where I can't see the bottom and I don't know what's down there, I'd be sweating the whole time. It wouldn't be fun. I would be so nervous. It just wouldn't be fun. Just the shit that in my head is always way worse than what's actually down there, you know. But it just creeps me out. It creeps me out bad. I would never go scuba diving. Never. You couldn't pay me enough to go scuba diving. Well, maybe you could, but it'd be a lot. It would be a lot.
And I thought you had a kayak.
Yeah, I do have a kayak, yeah.
Oh.
But it's more convenient just to use one of theirs, you know. I mean, I bring my kayak if I'm going somewhere else, but when I'm going there, I don't even bother taking my kayak out. It just, like I said, I'll just rent one of theirs. It's cheap enough. I think it's only like $15, and they'll take you upriver and drop you off. You any time of day. You're like, hey, I'm thinking of taking a kayak trip. He's like, well, hop in the truck. You know, he'll drive you up there and drop you off. Hopefully he sees you in a couple hours. If he don't see you in a couple hours, he'll come looking for you.
Yeah, there's a really cool place on the coast that I'd love to do. It's called Mendocino Kayak, and the guide actually guides you out right off the beach, and they take you out into the ocean where there's this massive rock formation that's got caves in it. So they take you out there to go through the caves and stuff.
That'd be kind of cool, yeah. Well, we're not going to see anything that cool on the Pier Marquette River. You'll probably see turkeys and ducks and turtles and deer. You'll see all kinds of wildlife just minding its own business. Like I said, a kayak is so nice and quiet, they don't even hear you coming. A lot of turkeys. This time of year, there's a lot of turkeys out.
Yeah, they're starting to show up around here again.
And they're mostly driving.
Yeah.
But they don't leave. Those are always here.
Yeah, but they start making moves around this time of year. This is when you see them all over the place, you know. And it's so funny seeing those guys trying to fly. They try. They can't quite do it. It's close. It's almost flying. Like you'll see them, they'll try to fly over the river. And well, try. I've never seen one fail, but it barely makes it. Barely. And it's weird too because it's like there'll be a whole group of them over on the left, and they'll go one at a time. They'll wait one at a time. One guy runs towards the shore and flap, and it's almost like he's jumping across. Barely makes it, you know. And then the next one goes and barely makes it. And then the next one goes. It's kind of funny looking.
Well, they don't even look like turkeys when they're flying, though, because they look long and slender.
Yeah, they look kind of like a vulture. They got huge wingspans. They just don't know how to use them.
Yeah, I had one that wound up in the backyard of the house we were renting before we bought the one we're in. And my dogs saw it, and they tried to tear through the screen. And it had a 6-foot fence around the yard, so he came down the hill, landed in the backyard. But as soon as they heard my dogs, so they figured out how to fly out of the backyard.
Yep. Put it in emergency mode and get the hell out of there.
You got to watch for them things out here in the hills and stuff, because it's all forest and stuff. And I've seen them like come flying off a hill across the road. And if those things hit your windshield, that's like a 20-pound dead meat just hitting your windshield.
Yeah. I mean, picture getting hit by a frozen turkey. It's the same weight. Yeah, oddly enough, about a year ago, I remember I watched a video that, I don't know if it was a joke video or not. It was funny, but I think it was serious, where this guy had like 20 clips of turkeys screwing in the road. And he's just like, he wants to figure out, that was the whole point of the video. It's like, why are all these turkeys having sex in the middle of the road? It's like, you can have sex anywhere you want. Why are you doing it in the middle of the road? Like for some reason, there was something about the pavement that the turkeys really like, man. And it, I don't know, makes them horny or something. But turkeys screw in the middle of the road all the time. It's a big mystery. Maybe they like the traction. I don't know.
Coast, your hummingbirds start moving south yet? Because I've got a whole flock of them down here at my house in Tennessee now.
Yeah, they start moving right around the beginning of September.
Yeah, that's what I hear. I'm having to fill my feeders a little more because I think more of them are hitting it now.
Yeah, I filled my feeders to help, fuel up before they left.
Right. Yeah. Well, maybe I've got one of yours down here because there's about 4 of them hitting me now.
Put a little tag on one of their feet, so when it goes back north, Coastal will tell you if it's his.
See how far they go.
They are interesting.
Yeah, I sit there on the porch drinking coffee in the morning, and just as daylight, and they're already hitting it.
They'll stick around for a while to fuel up and get some energy and all that good stuff, and then they'll take off.
Yeah.
And then another group will come in.
Well, gentlemen, when we get to Stockholm at Echo Sierra Sierra Alpha, let's land on runway 8. Runway 8 is 8,000 foot of asphalt, elevation 129 feet. That's not much, but it also has an ILS 109.55. That localizer is 109.55 at a heading of 068 degrees. So count on that. We're going to be landing on runway 8. Like I said, a heading of 068 degrees.
Got it. You said 109.55, right?
Correct, 109.55.
Okay.
So Longhorn, where you're at, you probably don't even have to worry about winterizing your RV at all. You never really get frost or anything. You don't need to worry about burst pipes or nothing.
No, I mean, I empty the lines and stuff during the winter because we've been down to like 15, 20 degrees here. But for the most part, if we get down below freezing, it's usually not for more than a couple hours during the night.
Yeah, right. Yeah, around here, not only do you got to drain it, but you got to pour a bunch of antifreeze down there just to make sure.
And now that we try to camp in the winter too, so I don't want to have to de-winterize it each time. So, and if it's when they do forecast, like if we do get a really cold spell, then I'll just run the heater because the heater blows hot air into the enclosed underbelly, so it keeps the tanks warm.
Oh, perfect. Yeah. couple movies came out lately I'm interested in watching. That new Spinal Tap movie came out. Looking forward to that. Spinal Tap 2. The first one was good. I wasn't one of these guys that was the biggest fan of Spinal Tap, but it was funny. I liked it. You know what I mean? It was great. It wasn't like, super on my radar, but I liked it. And I am looking forward to the next one. I like those characters a lot. It should be funny. I've heard it's pretty good. I also want to watch that new Naked Gun, the new one with Liam Neeson. That looks really good. I need to see that.
I didn't know they was making another one.
Yeah, it came out maybe a month ago or less. And yeah, of course, since Leslie Nielsen died, can't have him anymore. But I guess Liam Neeson plays his son or something like that. I don't know. It looks good. I like Liam Neeson a lot in the Naked Gun movies. I like that kind of dumb humor.
Yeah, those are funny. I haven't seen any of those in a long time. But I haven't been to the movies in a long time either. Guess I live a sheltered life.
Our movie theater here has 2 screens.
Does it? Yeah, we had a one-screen theater forever around here, and it was right across the street from me, so that was super handy. But that finally shut down, and but I was happy to see that the people who owned it bought into an AMC franchise, and so they went from being this small-time little one theater to a big, 6-screen AMC duplex kind of thing. I don't know how they make any money. Even when I go see a big blockbuster movie, like when I went and seen that Wolverine Deadpool movie, that was one of the biggest movies of last year. That was a huge movie, and there was 20 people there. It was empty. Hey, as a movie viewer, I don't mind it being empty. I like it being empty. It's nice. But I don't know how they make any money. Like I said, that's one of the biggest movies of the year, and there was 20 people there on opening day. But they're still open. Same thing when the last movie I seen there was that Fantastic Four movie. I had to go see that in the theater. I love the Fantastic Four. Same thing. There was like 20, 25 people there. It was pretty empty. Just me and my Galactus popcorn bucket. Alright, we are getting in the neighborhood again. We're roughly 35 miles out. So, a reminder, we will be coming in on runway 8, which is relatively straight in-ish.
Yeah, my GPS sends me a message, says approaching VNAV profile. Well, that's kind of cool. Thank you.
That's very cool. Is there a button you can say thank you? Or they don't even bother? They don't give you a thank you button?
But it says flashes message, and you click on the little message button, and it tells you what it is.
Yep. Yeah, I think the G1000 does that too. I usually ignore it. If anything, it's going to tell me something I don't want to hear. Like, fly right.
As long as it doesn't say engine failure, we're cool.
Another 10 miles or so, I'm going to drop her down to 3,000. Yeah, coming out in October is a movie I'm really looking forward to. They're making another Tron movie. I've always been big into those Tron movies. Yeah, this one's like Tron Ares or something.
Is it gonna have Jeff Bridges again?
Yeah. he's pretty old in this one, but he's in the trailer.
He was pretty old in the last one.
He was real old in the last one. That last one was great. That Tron Legacy, I think it was called. That was awesome. That movie was so cool. I love that. This one, it looks like the bad guys are coming here. Like something happens and the Tron universe screwed up and brings all of those people here. So there's like, you know, the light cycles and all that driving through town, leaving their trail and crashing people. And, yeah, it looks pretty good. What do we got here, Coast?
That's one of the last hummingbirds we had.
It is a handsome hummingbird. Look at his little feet. Heh.
They use them a lot. They stand and whenever they can, they'll sit on something and eat off it when they don't have to fly. But if they have to go in the air, they fly anyway. But if they can find a way to sit and do the same thing, they'll do that.
Yeah, my feeders have a ring around it, so they'll land on that and just stand there and drink it, and that's cool.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, for some reason you don't think of hummingbirds having feet, but of course they do. Very nice. Your backyard is a veritable zoo garden.
I'm going to look for the turkeys.
Lazerbolt is descending to 3,000.
Just now picking up tones.
Well, you got about 6,000 feet to get down. I'm guessing that glide slope is going to pop in at 20 miles. We're about 26 right now.
I don't think this one has a glide slope.
No glide slope
It's
on
just
this
a
one.
localizer.
Oh, okay.
No.
Yeah, I bet you the main runway does. This isn't actually the main runway we're landing on. It's still huge, but it's not the main one.
Why they didn't call this runway 7?
I know, looking at the heading of it, it's closer to 7 than 8. Who knows, though? I mean, we're getting a little bit further north, and compass headings get kind of strange sometimes when you're this far.
But 10 degrees? 12 degrees, actually.
That is a lot. I'm assuming when I see something that's that way, that at one time it was accurate, but it changes over time.
And they didn't want to republish everything to change the runway.
Right, because every few years some runways just get a whole different number, but that's a lot of work to change all the literature. But if it's no longer pointing the right direction, then you gotta do something. should have your glide slope indicator by now, guys. Oh, but it might not have one. Yeah, this has been smooth as silk tonight, ever since I disabled my Bluetooth. Who would have guessed that it was Bluetooth causing problems? Like I said, who would have guessed it was Bluetooth causing frame rate issues, right? Sometimes the issue is so different from what the fix is that, I mean, I'm glad that that guy actually stumbled upon the cure, because that's very difficult to diagnose if your Bluetooth is causing frame rate issues. But that's what it was. Fixed me right up. Almost makes me think that that would be a great subject to make a video about too. Stuff like this, to where there's a lot of people who just don't know that. You know what I mean? I got lucky and randomly watched a video that fixed my problem, and it happened to be Bluetooth. But I don't know enough about it to make a video about it, you know what I'm saying? The only things I know about it is what I saw in that guy's video. Ooh, nice dragonfly going on there, Coast. That looks like a little guy, too.
Yep. We got a creek that runs a couple 100 yards back of our place.
I heard not long ago that dragonflies are the most successful predator on Earth, in the fact that when a dragonfly decides to eat you, you are not getting away. You are not getting away from a dragonfly. But when they chase something, 99% of the time they get it. I mean, like when a lion chases something, a lion gets like, 25% of the things they want to eat. They just, they're a big mean predator, but they're not that successful, And a dragonfly, if it decides it's going to chase you down, you're done. You don't have a chance. I'm glad they're so small.
That's in the backyard too.
Very nice. I love your depth of field. Oh, sorry, Longhorn?
I just asked, you're talking about lions. I was just asking him if there was a lion in his backyard. I can't see the pictures he's posted. All right, let's see.
I'm lions.
It would be interesting if the Lions played Bills this year. I didn't notice on the schedule if we did or not.
I haven't looked either.
Okay, we are right on it here. I'm going to bring this bird down. We are like right here. It's a good thing this runway is pretty much straight in. I need to slow my ass down, way down. Yeah, you can see this runway we're landing at is pretty long. It's like 8,000 feet. But look at the main runway. Look how much bigger it is. It's crazy. Lasers on 1 mile final, runway 08.
500, 400, 300, 200, 100.
That was smooth as butter, baby. Oh, what was that? You hit an invisible thing again.
I know. That's
That is so bizarre. Longhorn, that happens to you in multiple aircrafts. I've never seen anybody else have that happen, but clearly there was like an invisible something right in the middle of the runway that you bounced off of. That's so bizarre. What could be causing that?
I don't know. The weird thing is when I'm in external view, I can control the airplane on the ground. Because I just switched it to external view because otherwise I couldn't control the plane again. I mean, it stopped my plane instantly.
Yeah, I saw it. It looked like you hit a solid wall. Here I'm taxiing back to the beginning of the runway like we're getting ready to take off again. What am I doing?
A huge fire department down here at this end.
Who are they? Might have to come down there and check that out. Actually, it's this end, isn't it?
Well, I don't know. I'm kind of in the middle of the runway here.
Oh, there we go again.
There we go again. It was kind of comical looking.
And it's not every plane that does it. I mean, the other one, one of the 130s, the C-130s does this.
I've seen the 130 do it for sure. Yeah, weird. I'm going to drive over the same thing you just did and let's see if it happens to me. I doubt it will. Yeah, that's weird. There must be construction going on here. You see there's a bunch of big piles of dirt all over. Big giant piles of dirt with a fence around it. Yeah, it must be construction. Odd that they would include that in the model.
Well, see, I've got this airport as an add-on, so I don't see any of that, and I'm wondering if those dirt piles are conflicting with this. I wonder if I need to go in and disable.
Well, these dirt piles, the dirt piles aren't on the taxiway or nothing, but I can see what you're saying. It could be a conflict with that exactly. That could be exactly it. There could be an elevation issue to where.
Oh, there definitely is that because it looks like you're like hovering about 20 feet above the ground.
Yeah. See, so that means maybe it thinks that there's something poking out of the ground occasionally, and you hit it.
Except for it doesn't explain why it did it at the last airport though, the last two airports, because
that wasn't
I don't have those add-ons. But and also, why can I go into external view and I don't hit anything?
It is weird. Yeah, it's tied to VR apparently. Oh, yeah, look at the little fire station down here.
That's neat.
Yeah, it is. I should have known you were right behind me. I can hear you a mile away.
I can too.
With your new fancy add-on scenery, do you got this fire station here with all the trucks all over? Longhorn?
See, I don't see a fire station.
Really, for us, it's like, it's the thing to look at around here.
I'll take off. I just dropped a picture of a fawn in there for you. See how it looks.
I see that. You leaving?
Ooh, I gotta check that out.
Yeah, but
See you next week, Coates.
Nice.
yep. Take care, guys.
Yep. Take care,
All right, you
Coast.
enjoy your weekend, man.
Coast, give me a call if you need anything at any time, buddy.
Are you still recording?
I am.
I'll wait till you stop recording, and I'll fill in the guys.
Right on. Looks like you've got lights on that that doe there, like it was early morning.
Actually, it was about 6 o'clock in the evening.
Oh.
Well, I can inspect your guys' undercarriage.
Yeah, you can walk right underneath our airplanes. They're pretty huge.
No, I mean, you're like 20 feet off the ground.
Oh.
So yes, I can walk right under your airplanes.
Yeah, that's definitely a mesh issue you got going on. Not uncommon in this game. We've seen it many times. Well, hey guys, we're looking at 11:30 over here, and we had a hell of a good night. I enjoyed this flight all the way to Stockholm, Sweden. Next week, we're going to be taking off out of here and heading north. I'm not sure exactly what's up there, but there's a whole bunch of stuff. And yeah, let's count on that. We're going to be taking off out of here. We might be flying the same airplanes. I really like this Sky Courier that we're doing. There's a chance I might check out what Wingnut is flying right now, that 404. Just a little bit I've seen of it already. I'm pretty impressed. I like that cockpit it has. So maybe I'll fly that instead. So we'll see. Who knows? Anyway, if anybody would like to join us, please do. Grab the game on Game Pass and get the information for the flight in the description of the video here. And we would love to have you. We have a good old time on Fridays, and we just relax and shoot the shit. And yeah, it's a good casual time. Anyway, I hope everybody has a good weekend, and we'll see you next Friday. Bye now.